I want to give you guys a bit of a review on the F-150 Lightning. I know I'm not sitting in the Lightning, which makes that kind of awkward, but whatever. I do still own it. Don't be worried. I didn't get rid of it. I want to talk to you guys about different things that I like and don't like about the truck, and ultimately what I think I'll do with the truck, not keep it. I bought the truck because it's bigger, and that was one of the big things that I wanted. I want a bigger truck. I also wanted the onboard power, which was a big deal for me. Being able to plug my house into the truck when a power outage happens. I mean, I could not buy Tesla Powerwalls for the amount of capacity I got in this truck for the same amount that I paid for the truck. Plus, it's a truck. It can actually drive. It's not just mounted to the house and, batteries that will die in a few years, and that's pretty much it. I'll actually get to enjoy the truck part while also having backup power for my house. So it was a win-win. And that was a big reason as to why I bought it. There are some things that I don't particularly like about the truck, and we'll talk about those. I do like the truck overall because it is bigger, because it's more usable, because of the onboard power. However, there are some downsides. Now, like I say, every car has downsides, and I'm willing to overlook them to an extent. So far, I'll go so far as to, well, it's not that bad, and, keep dealing with it for a little while. Blue Cruise is a pile of trash. I mean, that's really what it is. Everyone's always been about this Blue Cruise. They've always said it's the best thing ever. It's better than autopilot. No, it is not. Blue Cruise will come on and it will hold the lane, and you don't technically have to hold the steering wheel. You just have to look at the road. But I'm constantly getting alerted that I'm not looking at the road, and that's bullcrap. And I believe it's probably because I wear glasses. I've found that if I move my head around a lot like this, it doesn't trigger and say that I'm not looking at the road. So I don't understand why that is. But I can deal with it. I can figure it out. I can put a good song on the radio and move my head a little, and whatever, it's fine. Not a big deal. The problem is Blue Cruise does not stay engaged, and it doesn't really tell you that it's not going to stay engaged. With pretty much any curve in the interstate, which we have some curves here, it will just disengage and let loose of the steering wheel. There's no warning. There's no, hey, heads up, I'm going to do this. No. So you pretty much do have to keep your hands on the wheel at all times, because if not, you may just go straight into a ditch somewhere because the curve's coming up and I'm going to disengage. That's pretty much how that works. So no, Blue Cruise is not there. I know that there are updates. I have Blue Cruise 1.0. I know there's 1.2 and 1.3 out now. I don't know if and when my truck will ever get that update. They did push it to the Mach-E, but they have not pushed it to the Lightnings. So we may never get it. We don't really know. There's no information about that. But I do know that in 2 years, they're going to want me to start paying for Blue Cruise, and I'm going to laugh at them because that's not going to happen. Not without getting the 1.3 update and actually being able to test it and see if it's actually worth the money. I will not be paying for what I have now. Not at all. The other issue that I have with the truck is that it just seems really heavy. And I get that. It's a heavy truck. It's probably got a really heavy battery. The problem is I don't think the suspension has been upgraded to account for that. When you get into a Tesla, some Teslas, you've got your air suspension that will help you, feel lighter than you are. Some of the older cars have coil suspensions, but they're low to the ground, so you don't really feel a whole lot of body roll. With Rivian, it was an air suspension, so you didn't feel as heavy as you were, and that's great. In the Lightning, it is still an older style coil suspension like they use in the regular trucks. And you feel a lot of body roll. So any kind of curve going down a backcountry road or whatever, you have to really slow down, or you feel like you're going to just it feels like you're having a hard time turning the truck. It wants to lean over into the other lane and go out of course. So I don't really like that. The truck just doesn't feel very nimble. I mean, most electric cars feel very nimble, and you know, fast and quick, and you can take a curve like nothing. No, this just feels like a regular F-150 with a load on it, and you need to slow down for curves because holy geez, you're going to roll. And it doesn't feel like it's going to roll, but it just, there's too much body weight pushing, causing it to lean, causing it to veer off into the other lane no matter how hard you're turning. You have to slow down. Don't really like that. Also, just fit and finish quality. The truck has a lot of little rattles, and the seats feel kind of not very good. I mean, I was expecting, you know, with the multi-contour seats, that the seats would be a lot better than they are. The seats feel really cheap, and they feel like they're wore out, and the truck's 2 years old. I mean, just now turned 2 years old. So that's really weird. Just fit and finish, it just doesn't feel very high quality. I get it's a Ford, and they're not really high quality, so I guess there's that. So yeah, I don't know. There's just some downsides to the truck. Biggest thing for me was I wanted something that I could plug my house into when the power goes out. The two top contenders for the longest time for me were the Ram Rev and the F-150 Lightning. Actually, that's not true. The two top contenders for me were the Ram Rev and the Cybertruck. The Lightning was never even really a consideration for me because I already knew the software sucked, and we didn't even cover software. Software still sucks. I do like that they've added the ability in the app so that I can now see how fast the truck is charging on the app. Still can't see it in the truck, but I guess it is a step in the right direction for me. So yeah, I never really considered an F-150 Lightning, but the problem is Cybertruck and Ram Rev are not available. You cannot just go buy one right now. Between the two of those, I probably would have actually rather gotten the Ram Rev than the Cybertruck, just because it looks better, and it seems to have pretty much all the same stuff. It does have, you know, air suspension just like the Cybertruck. It's got all the other stuff. It does have onboard power. However, I learned that the onboard power is the same as the F-150 Lightning. It's only 7.2 kilowatt. It's not like, you know, the Cybertruck actually has 11.5 kilowatt. So it's pretty big. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I like the F-150 Lightning, and I will probably keep it until the price drops on the Cybertruck. I'm not going to buy a Cybertruck at today's price. I do have orders in. I will cancel those when it comes my turn, unless the price drops between now and then. But I fully expect that the price will drop in the near future. Maybe once production ramps and, you know, most of the pre-orders are handled and, you know, it becomes readily available, they'll start dropping the price, just like they do with all their other vehicles. And preferably, if we could get back to the pricing it was when it was announced, that's when I'll buy. And I really want a Cyber Beast. And at the price that they announced it at, I could have done it. But today, because it went up $20,000, for that price, I can only get a dual motor Cybertruck. And I don't really want that. I want the Cyber Beast. So I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait and see what happens. I think the price will come down. Give it a couple of years. Sure, I'm not going to be the first one to have a Cybertruck, but who cares? I can enjoy my Lightning until then, and or if something else comes out, if the Ram Rev comes out and I go look at it and like it, maybe. But for now, I'm going to keep the Lightning. I do feel like compared to my Rivian, it is more usable. It does have more onboard power, which was a big deal for me. So obviously I'm not going to go back to Rivian, even though I feel like Rivian, better put together, better fit and finish. You know, actually, I have another video I'm going to make here pretty soon about Rivian service and how that's going. Night and day. That's all I'm going to say. So anyway, that's what I got to say about the F-150 Lightning. Do I like it? Sure, I like it. Is it perfect? Absolutely not. Could it be 100 times better? Yes. But will it work for now? It absolutely will. I don't daily drive it. It's not my daily go-to vehicle. It's just a truck if I need a truck. You can see I'm not in it. I'm in the Model 3 because I bought the Model 3 because I wanted to put a ton of miles on it. So the only way to do that is to daily drive it. And so I'm daily driving it. R1S, oh man, do I love that car. But I want to try to refrain myself from driving it too much because, you know, don't want to. It's not the car I'm trying to put 1,000,000 miles on. It's this one. This is the car I'm trying to put 1,000,000 miles on. Anyway, that's my thoughts on the Lightning. I'm going to keep it for now. I'm not entirely 100% with it, but I can overlook some of the flaws for now until something better comes out. It's not a daily driver. If it were a daily driver, I might have an issue with that. I would probably go back to a Rivian. I know it's smaller. I know that usability, it's not nearly as usable, but it was comfortable and it was smooth and it was quiet and the fit and finish was perfect. Aside from a few things that they fixed for me, so it wasn't a big deal. So yeah, for now, I'll keep it.